just arrived at the beautiful Tim River area in Algonquin Park. First time here, and now I'm just gonna unpack the boat, launcher, and get on the water as soon as I can. Looks like it's gonna be a beautiful day too. There's a huge group ahead of me, like 5 canoes, and they were just like all over this launch. Took them a while to get ready, but I let them go first. And I'm off later than expected. It's about 10 to 11, but I stopped at a couple cool places along the way. And so greetings from the water is what I meant to say. This is the beautiful Tim River. I've never been here before, and this is gonna be a challenge already, I could tell, because the current in this river is gonna push me all kinds of zigzaggy ways, but I'm gonna go super slow because it's such a gorgeous day. Gorgeous day. There's tons of lilies in here. I'm just gonna grab the boat. I'm here for a quick 2-night trip on a new lake, at a new access point. A lot of new stuff. Got new boots too. A lot of new stuff this trip, and it looks like it's gonna be a beautiful day. It's very hot, and so far the Tim River's pretty scenic, very windy, and has a strong current. The wind is helping push me into the side here, so I'm just taking my time getting through it. It's not a super long access lake or river, so it's all good. It's nice to go to a different spot, see different things at the Algonquin Park, and plus it's called Tim River, Tim Lake. I mean, what's not to like, right? Didn't want to book too many nights just because of the crazy bad luck I've had with thunderstorms. Plus, I'm a busy guy, okay? Hard to get away. So 2 nights is fantastic. It's good enough for me for now. Also, no fire ban this time. So this will be the first time I'll be able to have a fire in a few years. Kind of used to not having one. No wood to cut. So we'll see when I get there. Black flies like to land in my mouth. All part of the fun. This big giant mountain ahead of me is so cool. Coming on to the big water now. Tim Lake proper. And it's nice. These hillsides are just wonderful and forest clad, and just looks impenetrable. It's awesome. It's a beautiful little like peninsula here to my left. It's very tempting to go up there and just have like a snack. I had to look at the map, and all the sites are booked in all the lakes for the next 4 days. It is a long weekend, which, you know, doesn't matter to me because I'm not taking advantage of the long weekend because I'm just not too busy. So people are here for a long weekend, and I'm worried that my site may still be occupied as of last night. Some people like to linger in the morning. Most people like to get out early and hit the water early. I have both digital map and paper map. I prefer the paper map, but the digital map is just so cool to like pinpoint your location and like your speed and stuff. So sometimes at the end of the day, it's kind of cool to look at that. Or if you, you know, if there's a fork in the river and you don't know where to go exactly. So it's good to have both on hand. My portage is to the north, what is that? West? North? I guess just northwest. I'm not really moving right here. I gotta step on the gas. I kinda wanna go swimming. portage is half done. I've got the bags. Bags are done. I'm just gonna take a rest, and before I get the boat, it is extremely hot. I left my GoPro back there, so I'm just gonna record this on my phone. Hopefully it comes out okay. So this is a death steep hill right here. Ooh. That's gonna be very tough to get down with the boat. So I'm gonna take it pretty slow. And there's another extremely steep incline on the way up, or at the beginning. Luckily it's only a short one. There's a person on the site that I wanted right across the water, and there's only 2 sites on this lake, so that's kind of what I was worried about. I don't really have a choice, and if they're not packed up by the time I get there, I have to kind of wait around for hours until they do leave. So I might just actually have lunch right now here on the portage. That's it for now. Oh, thank you. Did you, is the other site vacant?
Yeah, the second site over.
Okay,
yeah,
great.
It's empty.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
Thank you, you too. Okay, portaging into Cheetah Lake. And it's a very hilly portage, but it's very pretty actually. Very pretty. Hot, shaded forest, but extremely humid. I just passed those 2 game wardens, or park wardens. I was chatting with them earlier, I'll tell you about it later, but just over the end of the portage almost. There's a huge downhill here, so I really got to take my time. I don't want to get injured. That would be the worst scenario. Whoa, that is a fair bit of 90 degrees right there. Oh, with a jagged razor rock to my right and a tear you a new one boulder on the left. Ooh. Ankle tripping roots and a pine cone. Okay, almost there. I'm gonna try and plop her down in the water. Not gonna be graceful, so I hope there's no women watching. Okay. Okay. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. And hopefully, that's the hardest part of my day. Well, we're here. I'll take it. All right, so this is the site. From what I've seen, looks pretty good. I'm gonna climb out. Well, I guess I already did that. I'm going to check it out. I might just grab all my bags right now. Let's check this out. Wow, bushcraft benches. Wow. Oh my gosh, this site is awesome. Okay, we have grills. I can cook my meat. These guys rake, those wardens rake this all nice for me. Fire pit's nice and clean. Oh my gosh, this site is really nice. Someone left some tongs for filleting fish. This site is really pretty. I got a nice hammock spot right there. Some fungus. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. Yeah, I couldn't be happier with this one. Now, the only 2 things to make it perfect will be a textbook bear hang branch and a decent toilet. I'm not picky about the toilet, but I do like a good bear hang branch. So this is awesome. There's huge tent pads here. Definitely got to come back with a friend. Okay, doing a little recon back here behind my site, and I found the Thunderbox. There it is. Nice little view of the lake. So that's one check mark off the list, and I'm looking for a suitable branch to hang up my food. Very thick back here. It's actually quite overgrown. It took me a while to actually find the toilet Thunderbox, and I had my doubts that there was one. There's a group like right down there, and it's a pretty big group. There's like 4 chairs I saw, and I think I just saw some people come off the portage. So I don't think I have to hide my food too deep in the woods. I also don't want to walk too deep in the woods because I know the other campsite has a Thunderbox not far from my Thunderbox, so I want to give people their privacy and stuff. I definitely don't want to sneak a peek. So let's try over here. It's really nice here. That ain't bad. See, that's not bad, but I don't think I could throw that high. Okay, it's time for an update here at camp. It took me about an hour to get that food bag up in a tree. Ooh, and there's a red squirrel climbing up that tree right now. So I got to keep an eye on that guy. That took an hour and a lot of work. I have a problem. There is no wood on this site. And that is a serious problem because I need a fire to cook my food. And I had to go way back there and carry like 1 or 2 pieces at a time because it's so thick, and this is all I got so far. This is not going to last me at all, maybe barely enough to cook my steak. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to process this, and I should just cross the lake and see if there's some driftwood over there that's been in the sun. Sure, there's tons of wood back there in the woods, but it's all rotted. At one point I stepped on a log and went right through. It's all rotted, and when I pick up like a piece that looks good, it just crumbles in my hand. So it's not good wood. It's not good for a fire. Oh, this red squirrel. There's a lot of red squirrels. Man, it's cute. There's a big dead tree across the water. So the hunt for wood is on. Oh, yes, it's a long way to go for rotten wood, but that's the situation out here. There's nothing. So at least that's dry, but it's rotted, so, well, not wet rotted, but it's old, meaning some of that stuff inside is like, it's like air basically. It's so light. This one's not too bad. The stuff I found in the bush is pretty bad. Anyway, that's one. I'm gonna cross the lake into the sun and get more. This is a nice lake. It's quite small. It's about the same size or maybe a tad smaller than Casey Lake where I was last year, but I kind of like the small lakes. I've been hearing like an engine over the hill there, so maybe a prop plane or a motorboat, but I don't think there's a lake that way unless it's on Tim Lake, but I don't know if you can do motorboats on there. There's a nice dead one right there, but I don't know if I can get into it. Ain't gonna be pretty. I'm gonna try and wiggle my canoe in there. Right in the weeds, mate. Right in the weeds. One thing I learned when I was paddling solo on my first trip is I'm sitting in the bow seat facing stern, and that really helps your center of balance, and you don't have to like fight with the large bow of the boat. Ooh, it's gonna be difficult to get to. You can see these have already been sawed away by some desperate campers such as myself. I don't think I can get in there, but I'm gonna try. warm. Cut that massive log. It was hard to cut through, and I hope that means that it's good burn. It's swimming time. There's spider webs all over my camera and my face. I'm gonna go swimming. Swimming time once I hydrate. Oh, nice. Okay, just been sitting in the hammock for a couple hours now. Had a really nice swim. Everything just felt better after I swam. But it's been nice. I've got a really cool book about the park, so it's nice to get that history. And so that's nice. But I'm kind of tired, so I can't read for that long. So I got to take breaks because my eyes get all blurry and. Before I forget though, I wanted to mention that I met those two park wardens on the portage, or actually they paddled up behind me on Tim Lake. All they had with them was a bear barrel, a rake, and a shovel, and they looked pretty like young. But they said that someone had left a cooler on this site, so they were on their way to like pick it up. Anyway, they were super nice, and I mentioned this quickly when I first arrived, but they raked the fire pit and cleaned it out for me and everything because I told them I was coming here. So that was really nice of them. Nice fellas. As for those noises over across the way, I think they're ATVs, which is surprising because I don't remember any trails over there. It's pretty thick and hilly, so I'm gonna check the map. There's gotta be trails or something. So that noise is annoying, but what can you do? Also met my neighbors. There's 5 of them. Looks like a family. 5 is a pretty big group for such a small site. Actually, that site is a lot smaller. But I met them. This is such a pretty lake. The sun is just sparkling on the water. This campsite is just great. You could really take a good sized group here. So now I'm just gonna get the food down. Make sure my steak's not still frozen. $10. So I've got a little tinderbox in my fire kit. It's just some dry cloth and super dry stuff. I also have these cotton balls with Vaseline on them. Great for starting fires, so I'm just gonna try that. It's still pretty early, but I'm hungry and this might take a while, so I might as well get started. Oh, that worked really well. Holy. Oh my gosh, my first fire in years. It actually feels incredible. I have fires like all the time, but this one, oh man, in the backcountry. Okay, let me get some wood on there. I got this big one, but it's all wet, pretty much. And the medium stuff's good, but it's gonna go fast. Pretty crazy how fast that ignited with just a little bit of Vaseline on that cotton ball. I'm gonna let this burn down and then move the grill on and have some steak and salad and backcountry beer. I'm excited for that. It's gonna be great. Nature has provided these backcountry tongs. Steak's on. Obligatory seasoning shot. Okay, and we're back. Steak, garden salad. Oh, and a good old friend came along, Mr. Juicy Ass. Very excited to devour this. And excited to be cooking on a fire again. Relaxing in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, pressurized. It's juicy. It's so perfect. Check it out. It's nice to have a fresh salad in the backcountry too. I gotta say, protein makes everything feel better. I feel a lot better just after like 3 bites. It's fatty. It's delicious. It's a rib steak. Check it out. Like a backcountry Ramsay. Good. By the way, this is a redo. Because I had an epic trip planned in July that got canceled because of crazy thunderstorms. So this is like a redo of that. And the first trip was mega epic, and I'm so glad that I didn't go on that because it would have been very tough to get to the campsite. This one is a lot shorter, and I'm glad it is because now I can get to camp quick and just enjoy it. Listen to the silence tonight. It's so quiet here. I love it. The owls were back, man. They came back to say hello. I don't know if you remember last year, but I was having a parlay with them, and it was great. And they came back when I was eating supper, and they were like, "Who cooks for you?" And I was like I said, I made it myself. There's a language barrier, but I'm so glad they're back. Anyway, I'm gonna throw some trout lures into this beautiful body of water. I think I do hear the ATVs, which sucks, but I'm not gonna let it get to me. Oh, there's an owl right there. Right now I'm just gonna throw a couple casts. I haven't thrown one cast all day. What up with that? So we're breaking that streak right now, and I'm gonna get a big, fat-lipped trout on this sucker. I better get my pliers ready. It's 8:23, so I better hurry, because night hath fallen. You hear that sound? I love a good loon call. I keep hearing stuff like here, there, and everywhere because, you know, the forest is just coming alive. There's frogs jumping in. The squirrels are going crazy. Got the owls, got the loons. We're going to start to hear stuff, so it's really neat. Okay, in the tent, it is bedtime. Well, it's not bedtime. It is nighttime, and night fell very fast. It got real dark out there, and I got tired of fishing. No bites, but I'm inside the tent playing an awesome game of solitaire. My lantern's on. Love my lantern, and that's all there is to report. Solitaire, then bed, then a beautiful morning. See ya. Good morning. Welcome to day 2. I'm making my coffee. It is a beautiful morning here, and I'm just gonna get this settled before I wash up. Got my awesome Handy Dandy coffee press here. Really easy to use, and it tastes delicious. Plan today is I'm going to... Oh, water's on! Water's on! Water's on! Yikes! Yikes! The plan today, after breakfast, is to go over here on this side of the lake. There's a little inlet there I want to explore, and I want to try fishing over there. Hopefully, you know, this lake throws some awesome wildlife sightings at me. That'd be great. I'd love that. I would just love it. I'll show you what I'm doing for breakfast. It's a hash, potatoes, bacon, peppers, onions, and a lot of ketchup. No eggs. Sound familiar? Yeah, it's nice here. Something ran past my tent last night, a pine marten, I believe it was, a pine marten. I could, just judging by the size of it and how heavy it was long. Its body was long, and I can hear its feet kind of scamper, like very, very close to the ground. Too small to be a weasel or a mink. So it was quite heavy. So I'm thinking it's a pine marten. Right by my head, right here. It was so close. There's actually even these two. Whoop. There's actually even this indent and this indent. And this one. He was super close. He was super close to my head. And I'm wondering where he came from. There's a little hole here, but I doubt he lives in there. No, someone's just been digging there. Oh. Someone's been digging, no one lives there. So, I keep my eyes out for Mr. Pine Marten. I've been looking for one of those for years, and I would love to see one. Okay, I've got a very nice breakfast rock here, which I'll be doing all my eating here. Hash is done, turns out great. I just tossed it all together at home, vacuum sealed it, and it just works perfectly and it's fresh. You just have to warm it up and add some ketchup. Coffee is tasting great today, and I get to watch this view. This is what's on TV today. This. And I will not be flipping this channel. Cheers from the bush. Okay, I'm on the lake here and checking out the other side. It's really nice over here. It's an interesting structure and some trees. The wind is pretty strong. Keeps turning my boat. I brought along the extra weight of my bags. That really helps make the difference when you're paddling solo. You need that trim, that perfect trim size, and that perfect weight in the front to balance you out. And you can really recover faster if you have that weight. Otherwise, you'd just be spinning in a circle, which I've done before, burning a lot of energy. See if I can seek some shelter in this little cove. But, you know, if not, I just want to do a couple casts. The other thing is, as soon as I cast my line, the wind has other plans and turns the boat. But it's really pretty over here. Oh yeah, I was going to show you that. Forgot to mention I saw a grouse and a salamander. Man, that was cool. I haven't seen a salamander since I was a little kid. I love those things. They're so cool. It was tiny. It was like thinner than it was about as thin as a sewing needle. Really cool. It's a lot of space on this lake. Only 2 campsites, unfortunately, but it's big enough for 3. Thick as heck in there, man. It looks kind of flat up there. Look at this tree. Its roots are like hugging this rock. And I meant to show the other side, but I couldn't get the camera on in time. But the trunk of that tree was growing horizontal along the rock, so it was growing like an L. Not the roots of the tree, the actual trunk of the tree it came out of the ground and it was growing like an L. That's weird. And that was a massive tree trunk, like this wide. I was just thinking to myself how this place will always be here. This will always be wilderness because no one could ever develop in there. It's like so steep with like huge pits of earth and like massive trees and roots. Like you could never level it. You can never make it flat. And that's why there's not many campsites on this lake or any other lake. You know, small lakes will not have a lot of campsites because it's so hilly in there. Like it's almost 90 degrees. And every time I think I want to get out and climb or get out and scout what's up there, you know, I look at it and there's no good place to take out the boat safely. And it's all just a giant hill of trees. So it's kind of cool to know that it's always going to stay like this. and it'll never be developed. So far, no fish. This place is dead. I'm gonna try and get into the middle and fish, but yeah, not having much luck. Okay, so what I've done is I've paddled the boat and tied it up at the other end of the portage, and then just had a little hike. I just hiked down the portage, take a break from the boat. I've come out here back to Tim Lake. It's really nice. Anyway, I came this way because on the way in, I paddled down Tim Lake a little further because I was looking for ruins of an old ranger cabin, but I couldn't find it, and there was not a good place to take out the boat because a lot of trees had fallen in the water. So I'm gonna try and hike in this bush and see if I can find it by foot. I didn't really plan on doing this, so I have my camp shoes on, not my hiking boots, so I don't know how far I can get through here. It's gonna be pretty thick, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I'd like to find something. Oh, let's see. Okay, found something already. There's this can of Lifts Dirt. Ouch. Gotta be careful. That's a shame. I gotta be careful that what I touch. I don't want to tetanus shot or anything. Okay, so I didn't even have to walk that far, but that's not supposed to be where the cabin is. So someone probably just moved that there. That's a good sign though. Oh man, I forgot to mention, as I was tying up my boat on the other end, I heard a huge crack. Honestly, sounded like a gunshot right where my campsite was. But there's no hunting allowed here, and it could have been the thunderbox, but there's no one there to slam the thunderbox. The only other thing I could think of is that it was probably a tree cracking in half or something and then falling. It was extremely loud. Extremely loud. I don't know what that could have been. Pretty sure there's no hunting over there. Don't see anything. I wish I had better footwear for this, but like I said, it's spontaneous. Lots of fallen trees, as you can see. It's still supposed to be a little ways over. I'm just trying to pick the path that's easiest on my feet. This is where I was yesterday, and I was trying to do the takeout, but I kept getting caught on there, and yeah, I didn't want to get dunked on the first day. It's all overgrown in there. I thought this was a weird place to put a ranger cabin, so I'd actually be surprised if there was one here. Oh, there's a little toad. Almost jumped on his head. I think it's weird just because it's very close to the access. Like I said, this is the access lake, so not really sure why they would need one so close. They could just put one at the access because there's road there. Okay, it should be around here. I'm looking. I see nothing. Nice in here though. Okay, as you can tell from the map, that blue spot is me, that arrow is where the ruins are, and I don't see anything obvious. It's also on a hill, so I doubt there'd be foundation here. There's also no water access, so I find that odd because the ranger would have a boat. So I'm just gonna walk just a little bit more, a few more feet to that opening over there, and if I don't see anything, I'll head back. I don't see a damn thing. Whoa, timber! Sorry, bud. Sorry. Just tons of deadfall. Nothing over there either. Not a gosh dang thing. Alright, well, I'm just turning the camera off and walk back because it's just bush, nothing to see. And then have a snack, back to the boat, and explore the rest of the lake. Okay, so no ruins. I'm 0 for 2 when it comes to ruins. That's a shame. I did find that gas can or oil can, whatever. That's it. No structure, no foundation, no fireplace. I guess there'd be a stove. Nothing but moose poop, very old moose poop. So now I'm warmed up. I'm gonna hike back to the boat. Hopefully the wind didn't take it away. It's a nice little hike, this portage. So many of them. Perfect habitat for them. All right, it's been a full day with no fish. Getting desperate here. I think I might have to resort to prayer. Oh Lord, bless this thy fishing lure, that it may catch in thy fish's lips, in thy mercy. 1, 2, 5, 3. That was a good cast. A really good cast. It's dead quiet here. Totally dead. It's just the wind. Like nothing happens here. And that's what's so crazy about all these wilderness spaces, is that they just exist if, you know, for the chance of like a moose or bear going for a swim. That's all they're here for. And I bet you there's a lot of times where no animals come through and it's just completely deserted. There's a vulture. It's wild, man. It's so wild. But if I was a moose, I would be in this lake all day. That's where I would be. That's where I would be. Nothing on this cast. Coming on to the end of the lake here. Never been down here yet. I just had to get a shot of this. It's like, it's magical down here at this end. It's dead quiet. The water almost looks white. Like it's got pollen in it or something. This all looks like a beaver dam to the next lake. Not many people probably come to this side, because it's well past the portage. That's all jewelweed right there. It's like a little bayou in here. It's really cool. So this is all a beaver dam behind me, which I didn't know was here, and you can hear the water kind of trickling through it. There's like this white film on the water, which is either beaver scum or dead trees, like organic decay or pollen. Doesn't really look like pollen, but I definitely wouldn't want to drink it because there are beavers building dams here, so. Here's something. I hear something big. So that's either people coming down the portage or an animal. big though. I think I might get out of the boat soon just because the sun's really beating down and my sunscreen probably won't last forever. The sound's gone. I don't know what that was. It's a really nice, cool little bayou in here. It's like magical. It's got that magical feeling. Pretty cool. So the portage is coming up on my left, and it looks really nice. It almost looks like a boat dock, like a launch. It's got like this, what looks like a stone pathway, and it's a very narrow place to park your boat and take it out. Crazy. It's a man-made like boat dock. Are those people or what? Crazy, crazy, crazy. No current down here, so I can just glide. Love that. It's not completely sheltered from the wind, but definitely hear something. Oh, just a trillion mosquitoes. That's what I hear. Nope. Nope, there's something there. It's huge. Might be a moose. I'm gonna try and just park here. It's very big. Okay, so over there, across the lake, something really big coming through the bushes. I thought it was going to come right through, but it hasn't showed yet. I kind of want to stay here and see if it does. Right there where all those dead trees are. I've hiked my way over to the other site. Actually a bit farther than I thought, which is cool. There's a whole area in there of pine that's all kind of open up and cleared. You can see how many trees have been cut. Okay. Oh, so here's the Thunderbox sign. So there's their Thunderbox. So they do have a separate one, which is nice. I'm not sharing it with them. This Thunderbox is brand new. I like the little bathroom signs they put on the trees. Yeah, it's definitely nice. Where is it? Yeah, this. I think these are pretty cool because like me, yesterday, I was wandering around for a while, but it's cool when you find these and then you can kind of just follow the trail back. So, I know it's not natural, but whatever. Sometimes little things like that make it homey, comfortable. Okay, here's the site. Wow, it's pretty, but yeah, not many tent pads. Rooty, very rooty, but it has a lot of character. This person, they left some wood, some green wood, some roasting sticks. Someone carved their name, initials or whatever. It has a very nice view. Very nice. Yeah, this side has nice views for sure. My views aren't bad, but this side is exposed to a lot of wind, so a campfire would be hard. Big old trees, man. Geez, it's not even 2 o'clock. I got lots of time. So I think I might just relax and swim. That big animal never came out of the bush, and I don't know if it heard me or what, but it was probably too hot for it to come out. That's why I left the area, because I was kind of baking in the sun. So I'm wondering if it was just like foraging in the bush and didn't come out because I was there and it was way too hot. I want to try to go this way. This will probably bring me out to my Thunderbox. Yep. This is a much more direct route. Much more direct. Wow, the size of these mushrooms. Holy cow. Look at the size of these mushrooms. This is insane. They're huge compared to my head. Look at it. Isn't that crazy? That's gotta be one of the biggest mushrooms I've ever seen. Wow. Like I said, everything's moist and dead back here. I guess, I mean, the canopy's not even that thick, so I don't know. Everything's dead. As I was doing my hike, I fell through the ground a number of times just because everything's rotted through. There's my home. Home, sweet home. Okay, in preparation for the rain, I'm gonna try and set up a tarp to load my gear up, and in the morning when I'm packing, I can just throw the stuff that's done under the tarp. I can also sit under there. I'm also gonna need to cook breakfast under there. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so funny thing, problem. I bought these tent stakes. What I didn't count on was the stakes not fitting in the grommet. So that's money wasted. I can't use these. So I need to find long sticks if I want any kind of height on this. So I'm gonna look for that right now. I see some people on my lake too. Canoeists. So what I'm doing now is just tying these extensions. I have a little extra rope. It's my last piece actually. I meant to bring the other one, but I'm so stupid. I always leave stuff in the car. So I've got this tied here to this stick, sharpened in the ground. It's gonna be a lot more height and coverage for the rain. So this way I don't have to like be so neat and tidy. I can just huck my stuff in there. So right now I'm just gonna tie off to this other side. Heck yes, it's nice in here, and I have my little pole here which I sawed off, and it's nice and flat at the top. So I'm going to create a peak. I'll take this down for now. I'll put it up when I need it. Perfect. Perfection. Okay, on to the next chore. Try not to pick up the moose poo. Don't know if that's flammable or not. So I found this cool spot yesterday. It's not gonna look as nice today because the light's not hitting it, but I found this really magical spot to sit and immediately reminded of one of my sons. I just picture like Kermit the Frog sitting there with like his banjo and just walking on this carpet of moss. It's actually really pleasant when the sun hits it. And this tree has broken off and you actually kind of get a nice view. I'm actually gonna sit here. Yesterday when I was loading wood, I passed by and the sun was coming in through the trees and it looked like a fairy altar or something. It was like so nice. Promised I would return to it and get a shot of it on camera. And I'm just gonna sit here for a sec. Only problem is it's very difficult to get to. I had trouble finding it when I went back yesterday, and even now. It's up on the hill, this very steep hill overlooking the water. Little hidden sanctuary. It'll look a lot nicer with the sun coming through the trees, kind of lighting it up. Now I gotta find my way down this mountain. Big steep drop. Ah! Oh, I just got stabbed in the face by a very sharp branch. Ouch. It's gonna leave a mark. One discovery I didn't show you guys. It's kind of creeped me out. Whoa. What the? Okay, now I'm even more creeped out. Oh no, it's over here. That scared me for a second. So yesterday when I was collecting wood, I was exploring all this back acreage. And on my last trip up, I noticed something under a log, something man-made, some clothing. Really strange spot to put clothing. And I kind of examined it. It's over here. So it's off the beaten path. So I found this, which looks like a diving suit, an umbrella, and a jacket, a rain jacket. Yeah, this looks like a diving suit. Weird. Oh, it's weird to find clothing like hidden under a log like this. It's been there for a long time, just judging on the jacket condition. So I don't know if someone would stash it there and then forgot about it. It's a weird place to put your clothes, under a log. It's not even covered from the rain that well. Some firewood. Every time I go for a walk, I grab some wood. I don't have to worry about it. Think I have enough? Oh, I forgot I gotta cut that one. Tonight is beef teriyaki again. Beef teriyaki special. I love it. I'm gonna use McSweeney's tonight. Never had it before. Looks good. It was on sale. And basically, I'm just gonna rehydrate this. I boiled some water so it rehydrates a lot faster. Makes it a lot more soft for mixing. Oh, I screwed up big time here. It's one of my favorite dishes and it's so easy to make. I need my knife. I screwed this up. McSweeney. Let's taste it. Wow, they're like fat. These are really thick. So I'm glad I decided to rehydrate these earlier. Give them more time. So one of my favorite things about this recipe is that when you're dehydrated the beef for a few minutes, you have all that awesome beef broth to boil the rice in. And right now I'm boiling my broccoli in that beef broth, adding a lot more flavor and the salts from that dehydrated meat that's now rehydrated. So nothing's wasted. I really just took one pot of water that I keep reusing, once for the meat, and then I use it for the leftovers for the rice, and then again I use that for my broccoli. Sesame seeds! Looks so good. And I'm gonna try and eat in the hammock. Look at this. Would you just look at it? It's cooked to perfection. Oh, look at this. Now I'm just gonna sit here and eat this and listen to the crazy loons. Well, you may be surprised to hear it, but no fish. Still no fish, not even a bite. Got a very good blaze going. I don't know if you can see me, it's pretty dark. It's after 9 now. Anyway, it's getting dark, too dark to read. So I'm gonna read one more chapter and then I might make some popcorn and sit by this wonderful fire. That's right, I'm having a fire in the backcountry. Bet you didn't think I could do it, eh? Well, check it out. I did it. Thanks. Put that there. It'll pop itself right off the edge. Working. Inside. Got yourself a nice campfire treat in a cup. Good morning. It's raining, just like I said it would. Not a very good sleep, oddly. I think the rain just kept me up and I couldn't fall asleep. So I'm just gonna get some breakfast on the boil and start packing up. It seems there's a little bit of break in the rain, so whatever, right? Take advantage of that. And my tarp worked out great. And my plan is to go fishing on Tim Lake. Morning, red squirrels. You guys are at it again, eh? Morning. 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 Yeah, so my plan was to go fishing on Tim Lake and hopefully take some trout home. I want some trout in my belly. All right, there's another one. Look at them all. Neighbors. You can't pick your neighbors, eh? And we're boiling the pathogens away. It's actually nice under here. A lot of head height. And my coffee's ready. And we're boiling the pathogens to death. Coffee's just about ready. Last little bit of milk. Oatmeal is for breakfast. And it's nice in here. The water looks nice and clear and calm. The loons have already been going at it this morning, so I'm eager to get out there. There are the loons. Microfilter. Oatmeal. I get my oatmeal now. This is a personal favorite of mine. Cinnamon and spice and everything nice. This is a personal favorite. Warms up the tummy. Reminds me of better days. Oh, yeah. Tastes like Thanksgiving. Ah, there's an insect on my neck. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it up. I don't know what that means. I'm tired. Last night I didn't sleep well. The first night I slept pretty good. That rain. Oh, the other thing that happened was right when I was shut my light off, there was this huge bang on my canoe. Something went over and smacked my canoe, and I was like, what the heck was that? I shot up and I was like listening and just like feeling of like, oh crap, like something's with me here. Came over me and I was like, what do I do? And I was like, oh hell no, this guy's not getting away. So I grabbed my big 10-inch knife, put my headlamp on, and ran outside in my underwear, and I ran to the canoe expecting there to be an animal there, and the canoe was like untouched. It was so strange, and I thought maybe like a pine cone had fell on it, but no, not the way this sound was. It was a very loud sound, like something like flipped it. The only thing I could think of is that those red squirrels jumped on the canoe and were like running along the bottom of it. That's the only thing I could think of. There was no animals around or anything else, but it was the loudest crash. Definitely got my heart pounding. That's one of the reasons I didn't sleep. Well, in the beginning, I didn't fall asleep early. But I think it's just the rain kept me up. Because it's so relaxing. You don't want to go to bed, right? You're just enjoying the sound of the rain. Or as my kids call it, the chatterbugs on the tent. Alright, I'm gonna eat my oats. Okay, so it turned out to be not such a bad morning. Kind of wish I didn't pack up so soon. Could have went for a nice swim or whatever, but that's okay. Gives me more time to get out of here and take my time and fish. So what I'm gonna do is just load the boat now, hit the portage, and hopefully spend a couple hours fishing. And hopefully the weather stays like this. It's actually quite peaceful and not as windy as yesterday. So I'm saying goodbye to the campsite. Farewell, campsite. It's been great. Actually been very nice. Awesome to have a fire. I left some wood for the next people. And that's it. I got all my stuff. I'm gonna ship off. So next time you see me, it'll be on the water, hauling in a big, fat, juicy trout. Wish me luck. Hey loon, any luck? Yeah, me either. Have you tried worms? Oh yeah, you tried worms. Just gonna ask. Oh, I'm pretty close to that loon. Still am. What's up, loony? It's great. They're so cool, and he's pretty big. Doesn't look like he is, but once you get close to him, he's big. Back to fishing I go. Nothing doing on this lake, man. I've been fishing for hours. And I thought this lake would be deeper, but well, no bites, no nibbles, and the rain's starting to come down again. So I think I might call it quits here. Good enough. I mean, I can't say I didn't try. I tried fishing. That was kind of the whole point of this trip, and I got skunked. That's what happens. So I'm gonna end it here, I think. I'm just coming to the mouth of Tim River, where I will be paddling to my vehicle. Actually, maybe the wind will just blow me there. That would be a nice break. Yeah, that's a strong wind. I wonder how the creek's gonna be, or the river, or whatever. Yeah, we got some big rollers coming in. So I'm going to fight the weather, fight my way back. Maybe I'll just pull my line in. I tried everything. I tried worms, spoons, spinners, jigs, twisters, shadow wrap shad, big old spoons, wobblers, tube jigs, top waters. I mean, you name it, I tried it. I even tried swimming and catching them with my hands. Anyway, how about I leave the camera rolling so you can enjoy it with me, eh? Let's get wet. Yeah, this wind is creating some heavy duty rollers. Well, not heavy duty, not yet, but you can see how fast it's sweeping up the lake. And because of that, I gotta stay on my toes. I gotta get my line in right away. The rollers were actually a little bit bigger when I first got on the lake, but it's so cool how the wind could just whip it up. Anyway, I was gonna kind of dawdle around here, but there's a bunch of people behind me, so I might just paddle the creek, paddle up the river. Dang it, I really wanted to bring home some fish. But like I said, I gave it a shot. I'm not gonna catch fish on my couch. I came out here where the fish are. They didn't want to cooperate. It's all good. It's all good in Tim Lake. The rain used to bother me, and then I bought a rain jacket. Oh, great. Well, I think that's the fourth fishing rig I've lost. I think that's this lake's way of saying, you ain't welcome. None shall pass. That's okay. I'm just gonna enjoy my rain paddle. so pretty. So pretty. A few moments later. Gotta stay on my toes in this river. With the rain hitting the water so hard, you can't really see what's underneath. You don't want to hit a dead tree or a submerged boulder. There's a lot of dead trees this way, so. Sailing, sailing in Tim Lake. This is what I like to call it, type 2 fun. I'm still having a great time, actually. This is really cool. I've paddled in rain before, but I don't know. It's awesome. Awesome, man. Oh, that got in the undies. I'm soaked. I'm soaked to the skin now. Well, overall, pretty decent trip. I didn't see much wildlife. Salamander, grouse, red squirrels. Not much wildlife. Kind of surprising. But I guess there was a ton of people in the park, so it probably scared them off. Oh, a bit of a problem. Time is of the essence. And got some water coming in. Hasn't really let up. Well, that's what rain does, though. We're joined by Tim in the canoe from Tim Lake. Tim, how's the weather down there? Well, it's windy as a bastard, and it's been pouring buckets for a couple hours now. Oh, that's too bad. How's the fishing? Ooh, sorry about that. The fishing? What fishing? I feel like the fish. I just put in an indoor swimming pool. What do you think? Pretty cool, right? Bring your floaties. That's all for the weather report, Tom. Back to you in the studio. Thanks, Tim. All right. Completely waterlogged brain. Hope you enjoyed that stupidity. I'm now exiting the park. So long from Tim Lake.